This is Rebel Heart Rose here, coming to you live. Getting back from, I'm sorry it's late. I just got back from watching a new movie. Well, it's an early showing of The Sound of Hope, the story of Possum Trot, and I would love to watch it again. Because if crying wasn't enough, it's like I have to go and cry again. This movie is so touching because it was based off of a real true story of hope. Well, it's directed by Joshua Weigel, written by Joshua Weigel and Rebecca Weigel, produced by Letitia Wright. My W's and R's, I have always had that speech impediment with the W's and R's, and I hate having the W and R right next together because I cannot pronounce it the best way I can. Letitia, as we all know her as King T'Challa's little sister. And Rebecca Weigel produced, and it stars Elizabeth Mitchell, Demetrius Gross, and Nika King, if I pronounced it right. So, and happy Juneteenth. And this is a good movie to watch. It was the perfect one for today because of the hope and togetherness that I haven't felt in a lot of churches that I was raised up in. Sometimes there was connection, but nothing that close to helping people. Um, the plot. If you haven't heard the story of Possum Trot, it follows Donna and Reverend Marion as they ignite a fire in the hearts of their church area to embrace kids that were being abandoned in abused homes, neglected, and those who nobody wanted. And everyone knows how much that connects to me because I myself am adopted. It's like one of the biggest things with me. And and I can tell you right now, the foster care system sucks. And kids are wanting parents. And no one cares about a kid's life once they are born. Let's give them facts. If everyone's pro life, they would help the kids already now that are aging out of the children's homes. They would find them places for parents. I'm big on adopting. Adopt, don't make. And by doing the impossible, they adopted 77 children. This East Texas community showed what love really meant by embracing their determination and love in the battle for the most vulnerable, the innocence. Even through some of the hardest ones, the trying ones. But all of us have been hard and trying at times. And I love that quote. Mm. That's the basis of it. They really touched my heart with it. Again, I guess it's Angel Films. Angel Studios. This is the second one I've seen from Angel Studios. They have been brilliant in their movies. Yes, it has a Christian thing, but it don't bump your head on the Bible thumping. It really speaks on of us helping one another, coming together. That's what it humanity is all about. And this brought when we went to the movies, I seen diversity there. It wasn't all one race going to see this movie. It was diverse. So, guess what? It's bringing communities together. The telling of this true story, loving kids who are in bad situations, give them a chance. And a lot of them grew up and they did something with themselves. More stories, more movies need to be like this. It's called Sound of Hope, the story of Possum Trot. And let's get into the story. I really love the story. And it was really, this is solution to the foster care crisis. If everyone, if every big church actually fucking cared, don't, I am not going to apologize for that word. Because, oh, let's just see the good that a lot of these mega churches can do. They don't see in helping people. They stopped being for people once they got the money. These fancy new buildings and shit, that can go. But helping people is what it's supposed to be about. Helping one another, taking in these innocent kids, helping them, protecting them, saving them from a life of neglect, of violence. That's what it's supposed to be about. And that really, ooh, I love this story. I love how they really understood the word love, unconditional love. Donna Martin and Reverend Martin, they're good people. They've had trying times, I would say, but every one of us was trying at some time or another. It was really, I felt like I was in church, a good, real church that stayed true to its inner core, inner self, instead of bashing people. They embraced it, made you feel safe in that safe space. That's what I believed a church to be, a good one. And they've really started something with this that I wished a lot of mega churches would grab hold of and would have started on it. Getting people to adopt. Instead of adopting foreign kids, we can adopt foreign kids at the same time as adopting kids over here as well. I believe in helping everyone. Not one above the other, but helping everyone equally. Let's start off with that. There's no pick and choose, you help. There shouldn't be a child without a home. That's a good line from there, from the movie. And how the Martins inspired the whole community to come together, to rally to help each other, to bury the burden together, really puts the what is it? The term being raised by a village. It takes a village. And plus that's the meaning of a community. I love this movie. I love the story. It's true. It happened. And there's kids that need to be adopted. And everyone wants them to be born, but they won't help them. And to me, that's sad. That's why this movie hit home. Even the ones who could barely make the money limit were able to they adopt, and everyone helped out. I love that sense of community, and I miss that sense of feeling like you're a part of a community, part of something bigger. I was crying. Even it had my best friend Lashana crying. And she's strong. I'm tenderhearted. I cry easily. I cried in the first 10, 15 minutes of the movie. I'm not going to get more into that because I want people to watch the movie. But you don't know who you inspire, who you lead until you're until it's the right time. Sometimes it takes a loss to realize your path. You know, with this, it's supposed to help the victims. The victims are the kids, the children, those who feel like they are not wanted, those who were abandoned. I was abandoned. No excuses by both biological parents. There's no excuses for abandoning a child, but they make up for it afterwards. Karma does that. But those who take in a child that's not blood, those are some special people. Those are meant to be fathers and mothers. Those are the ones who are meant to be parents. The unconditional love and support makes a family. And this really gives me hope for humanity. I never even heard of this story happening until the movie came. And they are still alive today in 2024. The Martins. Oh, I know my parents were foster parents. of 116 foster children. Some they had twice, and I could tell you this: some of them have been in abusive environments, and they got put back into the same environment they came out of. They only let mom and dad adopt. They adopted one boy, 13, almost adopted him. He committed suicide before then, sadly. But I'm the other one they adopted, the only second one they were allowed to adopt. I guess this story hit home with me. Adoption for these kids, changing their life, even fostering. Giving them new starts. And their actions cry for help. My best friend's a teacher, so she knows how trying some can be. But the most trying are the parents at times. Mm, I love. Now, this is unconditional love taken in a child that isn't yours. We are supposed to be a community. It takes a village to raise a child, and that's a reason. Because a village, it will take a village because of the encouragement and the inspirations, the what they look at, what they're inspired by. That helps a kid grow in a way. Not in a way, it does help them grow. It molds the child. And what we're putting out for the children are what they're going to take in, like sponges. You want to put out the good stuff so they can have the good. And we all, and they need to be protected. And it's so sweet and so kind. The children didn't deserve to go through all that, to be abused, to watch their parents, mom get killed. And a lot of them suffer through abuse of their own. And you'll see in the movie there's certain true stories that is horrifying to fathom anyone could do to a child. One of the ones I was rooting for the most was Terry, because it's like people gave up on her. I was rooting for her. And the real Terry has made a good life for herself, and that's impressive and remarkable. You never know whose life you can touch by adopting or fostering. the foster care people, system sucks. I was just lucky I was in the right family that wanted to adopt me. That they fostered my biological mother, and she just abandoned me. I was lucky. I was one of the lucky ones. There's children that I had friends one time that I met when I volunteered in a nursing home before high school. They said they wish they had parents. They aged out and had to find work. They never had a family. That made me really feel blessed and lucky for what I have. And I was lucky to have a father who passed, but I'm still even luckier to have my mom still around. There's so many kids that are giving up, that are abandoned, that have abandonment issues, and they feel like people give up on them, so why should they care about themselves? I understand it. I've been there. Even though I was lucky to be adopted, the abandonment issues are still there to where I'm trying to. It's something you never get over. Never truly get over. You learn to live with it and be okay with it, to accept it. But these kids go through trauma that it takes time to heal. And this movie bring this story needed to be brought more into life. Go watch it. I love the sense of community they have. And I wish we had more of a sense of community here. When it comes out, I went to an early screening. So you catch it when it comes out. Oh, excuse me. And that's all I'm going to talk about on it. But it really hit home, and I'm glad I went. And you would really enjoy it. So, ciao for now. Until next week. I'm sorry I started a little late, but it was worth it. It was worth it. Bye.